You're listening to Table Talk with your host, Anthony Irvin, aka Spoken Life, along with a new special guest every other Thursday starting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune live on Facebook, Periscope, Twitch, and more. Let's start the show. Welcome, everybody, to Table Talk. My name is Anthony Irvin. I am your host. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Look at all the comments we have so far. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Shout out to some people in the chat here. Hey, Pam. Hey, Val, Larry, Juan. Thank you all for being here. I am broadcasting right now via Facebook, Periscope, and Twitch. So make sure you guys are all joining me tonight. Make sure you guys are sharing this out and using that hashtag Table Talk while you're at it. I really appreciate you guys being here. This is the first time I've been taking a little bit of hiatus. If those of you do not know, I recently my son was born at the beginning of last month. So my special guest that I have tonight, he was actually so kind to actually come back and be able to reschedule with me. So without further ado, let's get this show started tonight. Tonight, my guest is Phil Luna, everybody. Let's welcome Phil Luna.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, what's going on, Phil?
Thank
you for being here. How are you tonight?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Anytime, man. It was, a little, we had to do a little bit of a rescheduling due to what I was just saying with, my son being born because
congratulations.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah. It was very unexpected. He was supposed to be here at the end of the month, but he just decided to come a little bit early. I guess he wanted to join the world a little bit early.
Right. Couldn't wait.
Yeah, exactly. So, for those of you who do not know Phil, he is a singer-songwriter from Austin, Texas, and I believe you also go by Phil in the Lunatics.
That's my band, yeah, Phil Luna and the Lunatics.
Great. When did that start, actually?
I want to say about 6 or 7 years ago. Whenever I moved down to Austin, or up to Austin, I was playing at this bar 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. I'd played there a couple times and they got a new GM and I was kind of nervous. I was like, man, like he might not like me and might change things around, but he was like, hey, can you play like every night? And so I was like, yeah, that's awesome. So I quit my job, played there 5 nights a week. And the door guy, one night I was driving down to my gig and he just called me and he was like, hey man, I'm a drummer and I brought my drums. So is it cool if I play with you? And, I'm kind of a pushover. So I was like, I guess so. I don't know. So we just started playing and we've been playing together for like the last 7 years now.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. I used to do the whole band thing as well. And, jumping from the band stuff and then being able to be your own singer-songwriter. It's two different types of, different tastes, I feel. I mean, I love being in a band, but then I also love being my own artist by myself and being able to, do what I want.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And a couple more shout outs. Hey, Chris Monty, how you doing over on
Chris?
Twitch? How you doing, Chris? I think my wife's watching, and
Yeah.
I think the baby's watching. So, baby Anthony, how you doing? Daddy loves you, and my wife is watching. Love you too. So, yeah, guys. Hey, Matt over on Periscope. Michelle, thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. Again. So again, we do see that we do have about 20 people watching right now. However, we do not know when people are coming in unless you guys are commenting. So throughout the night here, me and Phil are going to be playing some tunes, talking about music and whatnot. It doesn't always have to be about music here on Table Talk. Anything, kind of comes to mind. It's usually a little free spiriting. So we'll get Phil to, do a little bit more on his background for those who do not know him. But yeah, along with that, make sure you guys are leaving some questions in the comments sections because we will be answering them throughout the night. It can be for Phil, it can be for me, it can be questions for both of us. It's all open floor with that stuff. So Phil, why don't you give like a more background on how you started music and like a little bit more about you.
Yeah, for sure. I started with piano when I was pretty young, around like, I don't know, I think it was about 8 or so. And so I started with that. And then my piano teacher, she moved out of town. So I ended up getting a new piano teacher, and he also taught guitar. And so
Very
I
nice.
started taking both for a while, and then I just kind of just switched to primarily guitar. I wish I'd kept doing both because I would love to be able to play piano a little bit better, be more comfortable with it. But yeah, and so I've been playing for for all my life basically. And then when I joined band in school and started doing percussion, and
I
feel
did the
like
same thing. Awesome.
oh nice, yeah, I love the drums, and they were a lot of fun, and I think that really helped my rhythm and all
Yeah.
of that. Yeah, for sure. And so yeah, I went from there, and then my childhood friend and I, we'd been in several bands together, and then we moved here to Austin, and that's kind of when I started doing the cover stuff more and
Hmm.
playing full time as a cover musician.
And how long have you been a full time musician?
Probably about 9 years now.
Very
Yeah,
nice. Very
yeah,
nice. Michelle, thank you for the congratulations. Really appreciate that. So Phil, why don't we get to some music here?
yeah.
We'll get Phil to start off for us. So Phil, what are you going to play for us?
I don't know. Should I do maybe an original song? Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's start out
Um,
with some original music.
yeah. This song is called "Talk Me Into Anything."
Here we go.
Such a shame. I always listen, holding on to every single word. I couldn't second guess a single decision. Simply any less would seem absurd. There's no time to waste if there's no hesitation. We wouldn't wanna let you down, baby. If lately something seems amiss with all of this, 'cause I'm the only one that's acting crazy. 'Cause you can talk me into anything. You can tell me that low is high. You can talk me into anything. I don't wanna believe that you were lying. It's such a shame I've got this twisted. Simply I'm the only one to blame. Witness to visions and dark premonitions, and yet I choose to run into the fray. I need some help 'cause I can't trust myself. I always seem to let me down lately. Baby, something seems amiss with all of this, 'cause I'm the only one that's acting crazy. 'Cause you can talk me into anything. You can tell me the low is high. You can talk me into anything. I don't wanna believe that you lie. I tried being strong, tried being patient, and yet I always end up unfulfilled. The problem at hand and my determination just seems to be a weakened force of will, just as strong in the wrong direction. But can I rectify this imperfection? 'Cause you can talk me into anything. You can tell me the low is high. You can talk me into anything. I don't wanna believe that you would lie. Talk me into anything. You can show me that black is white. You can talk me into anything. I don't wanna believe that you would lie.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Great song, man. What was the name of that song again?
It's called "Talk Me Into Anything."
Talk Me Into Anything.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. That was a really nice song. I love hearing everybody's originals,
Oh, for sure, man. Thank you.
and I really dig your voice. I know we met on the music block. I think about a year and a half ago,
Yeah.
and I was getting into learning and seeing all the musicians. And I first saw you, I'm like, wow, this guy can really play. And just as a guitar player and as a singer, it just blew me away, man.
Oh,
So
thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
No. Shout out
So
to all my Periscope peeps too. It's good to see y'all. Thanks for hanging out.
yes, thank you for all the Periscope people that are watching tonight. Michelle says Phil is very talented. Yes, he is, and I'm glad he's here on Table Talk with me tonight. I believe we had a question earlier before you started. We have a question from Matt. Matt says, "When did Phil find out his voice was the best?"
Oh, I don't know about that still. You know, everybody sounds different. Everybody's got their own style. So I just try to do my thing, you know.
I believe that. I'm still trying to find my, specific voice because I'm a guitar player first and then a singer second. I mean, like I said, when I was in a band, I was a rhythm guy, so I was always the one just playing in the background. I didn't have to worry about if I messed up, and then nobody would really worry about it. And then starting playing as a solo artist, I'm like, oh, I'm like right up in front of everybody, so if I mess up, everybody's gonna hear me.
Yeah.
So, and I never thought of actually being a singer because I was always so. I'm still my own worst critic with my voice,
Yeah.
but
I think we all are. Yeah.
I think as especially with being a cover person doing the cover gigs, it actually taught me how to find my voice and know, and learning from other people's
Yeah.
music how that can adapt my voice, and I know certain songs work with my voice better.
Yeah,
So
one thing I found that really kind of helped me is whenever I would first learn a song, I would try to do it in that like whatever key that song is in, and it doesn't always work out that way, you know. Like I would be just like beating myself up, like why can't I sound like Adele on this part or something? It's because I'm not Adele, you know. Like
yeah,
so
exactly.
I just kind of had to realize that I just need to find the right key for my voice, for my register for each song, you know. And so that's definitely helped and opened up a whole new world of songs that I wasn't able to play before I came to that realization.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's like the the creative part. I love when people are actually able to take someone else's song and make it their own, and kind of it just sometimes they sound better than the original song. That's something that I'm trying to learn too. Like I always like how people can rearrange an original work and just make it their own and it's that's like a gift and a creative side that I wish I had as well.
Yeah.
So moving along, I think I'm going to try to get a song in here. And again, guys, I know we had some super hearts come through. So thank you guys for the super hearts, Pam and Larry. Thank you. We really appreciate them. And also, guys, it is never expected, but always appreciated. If you guys want to support me and Phil, feel free. We are going to be equally sharing tips tonight. You can leave the tips at the links here, PayPal and Venmo. Feel free. Like again, it's never expected, but always appreciated. Especially in times now with COVID. We're all working musicians online. This is how we earn our income right now. So any donations of sort or just sharing this out tonight would be very appreciated. And when you guys share this out, make sure you're using that hashtag Table Talk to make sure people know where we are. This is a show that's every other Thursday, starting at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. So again, I really appreciate everybody being here. Hope everybody's having a fun time so far. And we got so much more coming at you guys. So I'm going to string up here and do original song myself.
Nice.
It's been a minute since I actually played something. So we'll see how this one goes. But I like to usually start out with this one. This is a more of a personalized song for me.
Yeah.
And this was recorded on my reality EP.
Nice.
Anthony Fritz, how you doing, man? Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. So, the song I'm about to play is called Shell. And if anybody wants to check this out, they can find it on my website. It's spokenlifemusic.com. They can also go on Spotify, iTunes, Deezer. I believe this one isn't on Deezer, but I have one of my new songs that I'll probably get to play later tonight. That's on Deezer. Google Play, Amazon Music, a lot of music streaming sites. I'm pretty sure that both me and Phil have our music on. So make sure you absolutely support both of us. So, all right, so here we go. The song's called Shell. Hope you guys like it. So break me out from the shell, 'cause I don't think I can do this on my own. I can't control my disquieting thoughts. How does this come from a man with a cheerful heart? I need to please the world before myself, 'cause I'm scared to death of the outcome, fear of what they'll think of me. Slow down and enjoy life, there's no cause for alarm. It's like being at war, constant battle of frustration on the inside. But is there a method to this madness? And the thoughts that consume my mind. Ooh, I will find my way. Inner me will soon break away. Ooh, I will find my way. Ooh, I aim to please the world before myself, 'cause I'm scared to death of the outcome, the fear of what they'll think of me. Slow down and enjoy life, there's no cause for alarm. So break me out from the shell, 'cause I don't think I can do this on my own. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Nice.
Thank you guys. Really appreciate that. So that was a song called Shell. That was a more personal song that I wrote, because those who may know me or do not know me, naturally when I'm not playing music, I'm pretty shy as a kid. I was pretty shy as a kid, and still kind of have that in me now. I am not the greatest talker or the one to start up a conversation. I'm usually the follower in that aspect. Yeah. But I've grown and learned to kind of, especially with this show, learning to kind of be able to keep a conversation going, and every show kind of seems like it's a new challenge, and gets me better to be able to be a better talker and initiator. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So, Pam, thank you for the super hearts. Really appreciate that. And I think I had somebody in the comments. Great singing, Anthony says. Wesley, thank you very much, Wesley. I really appreciate that. So, guys, again, those of you who are coming in, you are watching Table Talk with your host, Anthony Irvin, as that is me. And we have our special guest tonight, Phil Luna.
Cheers.
So cheers, everybody. Yeah, we haven't done our little cheers yet here. So cheers to you, my man.
Yeah, you too, man.
And cheers to everybody watching at home, whether that be a alcoholic or non-alcoholic beverage. Feel free. Cheers to you all. Happy Thursday, Thursday, as you guys would like it. We have Joe here. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Excellent, both of you guys. So great to hear your original music. We always need new music. Rock on, Joe. Thank you very much for being here. Really appreciate it. Anthony, awesome song. Thank you very much, Anthony. Appreciate that. We have and if you guys, again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section for me, Phil, or something for both of us. Feel free. Larry, PayPal question mark. I will leave the little tip links up right now for a sec. Again, they're never expected, but always appreciated. If anybody wants to leave any generous tips or donations tonight to us, we greatly appreciate it. So thank you in advance to anybody who does leave any tips for us tonight. Greatly appreciated. We have a question here from Kay, I believe that's on Periscope. Where do the original ideas come from? It seems like we can probably both answer that, Phil. So, Phil, why don't you take that one? Where do your original ideas come from?
That's always the hardest part of writing a song for me, is to just what I want to write about, you know. And they come from all different kind of places. Like a lot of times they'll come from like inner thoughts and like inner, you know, things that have to do with me personally.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have a song called Bittersweet, and I'm a pretty anxious person, and so that song's about anxiety and how like dealing with it. I read this article from Bill Hader from Saturday Night Live, and he was talking about how he had a lot of anxiety, and being on a national live television show definitely amplified that anxiety.
Right.
And so he just was developing a way to deal with it, to not be afraid of it and not to try to ignore it, but just to kind of embrace it and just recognize it when it's there and just accept it as a part of his life and as a part of him.
Yeah.
And, you know, instead of just trying to run away from it, you know? And so like that was an inspiration for a song. So yeah, there'll be personal things. I've tried writing songs about like so more social things and like the world around me, but I feel like I'm better about just writing about myself right now than writing about any external kind of things. So they're usually personal kind of subjects, you know.
I feel it's kind of the same way with me. I feel I'm always writing about myself or something related within my life or something close to me. I haven't really written too many songs about certain topics or, you know, social or things that are going on in today's world or current events. It's usually something specifically either about me or like either it comes up with like a riff or just a melody line, a lyric in my head. And that just kind of gets in. And that's kind of how my new song was written tonight. And it started off as just a guitar riff that I had and just kind of was on the iPhone voice note that I just wrote. And it was like a 2-minute like jam thing that I had on there. And then, you know, the lyrics kind of, I had like a melody line that I hummed out and then, you know, started getting into the lyrical part. The lyrics are always usually last for me. I'm not, I've always been not the greatest lyricist, but over the years of writing my own music, it's definitely gotten better.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel
repetition. I feel like anything, you know.
Exactly. Val says whatever works. Yes, definitely whatever works. You know, there is no rules when it comes. I mean, at least for my sake, there is no rules when it comes to writing music. It's just, you know, feel. If you feel something, you know, that's usually what your gut wants you to say.
Yeah.
Hey, Sabrina. Thank you for being here. Fast Eddie said, let's hear Phil play another original tune. Let's give Fast Eddie his wish. So let's give Phil another original. Hey, so feel free to let's get some music. So we got Phil doing some more original music here. So let me you know, do a little plug-in for Phil here. Make sure you guys are, if you guys haven't heard of Phil Luna, make sure you go follow him on social media and check out his music at phillunamusic.com. And also, if you are watching me on Periscope, if you don't already follow me on Periscope, I know we got a lot of Periscope people watching tonight. Make sure you're following him at Phil_Luna on Periscope. So make sure you guys are doing that. So, awesome. Phil, what is this song called?
I guess I'll do Bittersweet since I was just talking about that one.
All right, let's do it.
There's a weight inside my heart, and I can't even start to explain it. Will it eat me up alive? Will it still be there when I die? Can I contain it? Now it's all up in my head, and I can't even bear to face it. Can I give this thing a name? Can I find some kind of way to replace it? Always right on time. You'll never leave me lonely. I pretend the feeling's gone, that I'm right where I belong, till there's a whisper stumbling through my brain, some kind of infinite refrain that slowly blisters. Now it's all up in my head, and I can't even bear to face it. Can I give this thing a name? Can I find some kind of way to replace it? Always right on time. You'll never leave me lonely. Better sweet embrace. Solution in name only. Always right on time. You'll never leave me lonely. Better sweet embrace. Solution in name only.
Very nice. Good job, man.
Thanks, man.
I like that one.
Cool.
So did that song start off of a little guitar thing, or did the lyrics come before the music with that one?
So that one, it started just with the riff, and the riff is actually completely different than that, because I wrote it with my band and on electric guitar, and so the riff was more like... But then I just wanted to find a way to kind of make it fit the acoustic a little bit better. But I think that riff came first, and I had the melody in my head. And for some reason, melodies seem to come to me when I'm just driving. That's where they seem to come the most. Maybe because I'm just not concentrating and they just kind of pop into my head. But I've been driving a lot less over the last 7 months, so I've had a lot less melodies come into my head.
Yeah. Fast Eddie is clapping. Thank you, Fast Eddie.
Thank y'all very much.
Hockey Rules One says awesome Phil. Cheryl is saying beautiful.
Thank you.
Michelle, thank you, Phil. And we got a question again from Matt. What is the state of the music scene in Austin under COVID? No bands.
So yeah, right now, all the bars are closed except for the ones that like classify as restaurants. And so, they're starting to kind of open up in the smaller towns around Austin. But I'm still just kind of playing it safe and just doing the streaming thing right now. It's kind of crazy because this time last year I was playing like 6 days a week.
Right.
Gigging 6 days a week. And now I've played like 1 gig in the last 7 months. So it's been a.
And you mentioned that one of those was what the place called Shiner. I usually see you playing at.
Yeah. I would play there every Tuesday. And,
very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, I drove by. I think they're still open, but it was all like boarded up and everything. So yeah, I drove by maybe a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, it was kind of depressing downtown there with everything all boarded up and stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I just had another question come in. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Is it Juan?
Yeah, that's Anthony. My dad.
Oh, hey, how are you?
Hey, Dad.
Anthony, how long have you been playing music? I have been playing seriously probably since I was 15 years old. My dad is actually a guitar player, and he bought me like a very cheap guitar when I was younger. Actually, I did play drums before I played guitar. Like Phil was saying in the beginning of the show, he played in the school band. I actually did the same thing. I played in elementary, middle school, and then I stopped playing in high school. I just couldn't really. I didn't get into the band, the like band camp. I just couldn't do it.
That's a whole different beast.
And so then I started picking up guitar. A couple of my friends were playing at the time, and I had a very cheap guitar, so I'm like, well, let me pick it up, see if I can play a couple chords. And at that time, you can look up and do tablature and everything. So I started, tabbing out some of my, or looking up the tablature to some of my favorite songs, and started, learning songs on my own. And then I actually played a talent show, which I played Jimi Hendrix song, Wind Cries Mary. And I actually took first place. Did not expect to even take anything. And I actually started a band from that. There was a guy out in the audience watching who needed a guitar player, and he came out to me and through a mutual friend, and that's how I started that band. And then years go by with going into my solo career, as you would say. I started writing my own music. I would say, I started writing my own music between like 2011 and 2012. And that was something that really started popping in because I was not used to writing my own music at the time. I was just used to being that guy to put his 2 cents in with a song and like, oh, here's a little like one liner, or like here's a little riff or something, or like a change of something. But writing my own music has definitely been something that I've grown to love. And especially when you see it out in the open, and you get to share it with people, and then they get to respond and feel how they felt with it. It's awesome. I'm sure you can feel the same way, Phil.
Definitely. Yeah. I feel like writing a song and like starting that process, and then at the end of it and having a song that you're like happy with, is a really awesome feeling. It's a really fulfilling feeling.
It is. It definitely is.
Yeah.
Larry says, can we hear it? I would assume Larry probably wants to maybe hear obviously original, but I guess for Larry, I'll play the second song that I wrote, but the first song that I recorded for myself. And I got to actually re-record this on the Reality EP, which I was very stoked on, because the original time that I recorded it, it was just a stripped down vocal and an acoustic track, where when I did the studio version, I was able to add like a full band to it, and I couldn't have been more proud of how it turned out. So again, if you guys want to check that out, you guys can follow me on Spotify and get to check that out. Also go to Spoken Life Music. I do have a caption that I do gotta put up here. Let me see where this thing is. Still learning on my, here we go, official. You guys can visit my website. It's spokenlifemusic.com. I have all my news, music, and gig updates. I do have a show coming up next month, and I'll probably get to that information later in the show. If anybody's listening that is local, you guys can go check me out. It's my first actual gig since March, earlier in March. So I've been aching to play something, and it's been very, the first couple months playing, live streams in my basement was okay. But then, it started getting like too repetitive, and I'm like, all right, I need to either like step back a little bit, or just, I needed something different. Yeah. So that's how somewhat this show got started, because I was just playing originals and requests about 2-3 times a week. And I'm like, all right, I need something to kind of spice it up for me and kind of differentiate a lot of stuff for me as well. Yeah. So that's how this started taking place. And then I had a studio, live stream I was doing. Haven't done one of those in a while, but I do have some things that I want to, get to recording. So maybe you guys might be getting a studio stream in the next week or two or so. Nice. Julia, hey, says, hey. How you doing, Julia? Thank you for being here. All right, so I'm going to play this song, which is called Remember. If I can remember how to play it. All right, here we go. What do you say we come back home and start all over? 'Cause it seems like yesterday we had it all figured out, but now you're gone and you're not coming back. Days have passed, months have gone by since the first time I seen your face. I never thought a love like this could fade. Summer breeze and the memories of us together were bittersweet. I never thought that this is how things could be. That was then, and this is now, and I can see that we're going down. We're going down, so please remember me for the man that I've become. I know we've gone our separate ways, and things were left unsaid. Since now you've gone away and left me in misery. I know there's not much left to say, but trust me, you're not alone. You're not alone now. The pictures I kept were just not enough to keep my mind at ease through these times of desperate needs. I need you now more than ever, 'cause I can't go on like this forever. That was then, and this is now, and I can see that we're going down. We're going down, so please remember me for the man that I've become. I know there's not much left to say, and things were left unsaid. Since now you've gone away and left me in misery. I know there's not much left to say, but trust me, you're not alone. You're not alone now. Things I do to see you smile again. I give my everything I give my all. Please remember me for the man that I've become. Though we've gone our separate ways and things were left unsaid, since now you've gone away and left me in misery. I know there's not much left to say. Trust me, you're not alone. You're not alone now.
Nice, man.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a song called Remember. That was actually, I gotta say, yeah, that's the second song that I wrote, and but it's the first song that I really started to record. And a lot of people have gotten a lot of different mixed meanings behind it, because when I was writing it, I just kind of had the words spilling out of me. I didn't really have a meaning behind it of like, oh, it's definitely going to be about this or definitely going to be about that. But after I got done writing it and actually hearing people like, oh, it definitely seems like, you know, you had somebody that passed and you're writing about them, or, oh, it definitely seems like a girl that you're talking about. I'm like, yeah, it kind of can be about both. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like one of those songs, like you can take it the way you want. You know, you can have different meanings.
Yeah, I always feel like that's a good way to write songs, because you know, people can add their own experiences
Absolutely
to the song instead of just taking exactly what you wrote.
Absolutely. Larry, Pam, and Michelle, thank you all for the super hearts. Really appreciate that. Hey, Corey, how you doing? Thank you for being here, buddy. Hey, Michelle, thank you for being here. So again, guys, if you're just tuning in, you guys are watching Table Talk. I'm your host, Anthony Irvin, aka Spoken Life. I am here tonight with a very talented artist, singer-songwriter, Phil Luna. Thank you for being here, buddy. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I've been having some fun with you, playing some songs and chatting about some music and, you know, some upbringings with, you know, our music careers.
For sure.
And hope you guys are having fun out there. Make sure if you guys have any questions for us, we had some awesome questions throughout the night. But if you guys have some questions for either Phil, me, or both, feel free to leave that in the comments, whether you're watching from Facebook, Periscope, and or Twitch. You know, and when you guys are watching, and make sure to share it and make sure you're using the hashtag Table Talk when you do. So that would be very appreciative. Make sure you're sharing the broadcast and remember to use that hashtag Table Talk when you do. So, Phil, I haven't really talked much about the COVID situations on the show too much, but we mentioned we had a question about it earlier, but you know, since then, how is I know from the fact all our shows have been you know, taken away because of this, but I guess I can kind of say, like, what's the one thing you're looking forward to other than playing, but like one thing you're looking forward to once hopefully things start opening up more, that we can get back to somewhat of a normal life that we used to live?
Yeah, definitely going and seeing my family. They live out of town from me, not too far, but yeah, I haven't seen them in a long time now. So definitely looking forward to hanging out with them in person.
That's good.
We FaceTime and talked on the phone and stuff, but that's not the same, you know?
Oh yeah, it never is. Yeah. And you know, I didn't really get to, you know, see a lot of my friends for the first couple months, and you know, I was actually hanging out with them a little bit the night before my son was born. Funny story, like I was telling you this when we were doing our mock run yesterday, but I'll let everybody know. I think I've mentioned it one or two times before, but I was hanging out with my buddies, and we were you know, just chilling, hanging out. I was taking it as like my last little outing before I become a dad, kind of like that. Like, oh, okay, one last hangout session, and then I can become a dad, do my whole dad thing. My buddy's like, wouldn't it be funny if your son was born tomorrow? And I'm like, yeah, whatever. That ain't gonna happen. I wake up the next day, get a call from my wife, and it's like, yeah, I'm coming home, and because she was out, you know, seeing her mom, and I'm like, well, why? What's the matter? She's like, we're about to have this kid. I'm like, oh God. So, and then 12 hours later, here he is.
Right. You should have got that buddy to get you some lotto tickets or something.
I know. I need to, you know, get back to him and really, you know, say we need to hit up a lotto and, you know, do some damage with that. but then again, we'll be wasting money with that too. It's one of those things like, you'll be like, oh, it's like a mulligan that happens. Then you try to actually do it, then it never happens for you.
Yeah.
Larry asks, where do you live, Anthony? I live right outside of Philadelphia, Larry, in Delaware County. So when it comes to the COVID situations on my end, I have to obviously agree that, all of the musicians around here, our gigs have been canceled for mostly remainder of the year. When I was playing, I was playing at least once, twice, up to 3-4 times a month, and that all just went to zero in a heartbeat. And I was known to kind of like having a couple weeks or a month, maybe 2, without playing a show, but I think this is the longest I've ever been not playing like an actual physical gig in a couple years. And it like, I'm not sure if when you get to that point when you're not doing something you love for a little while, you start getting that like itchy and like antsy type of like feel like I need to do something. And the live streams here just weren't cutting it for me. And I just needed to do something. Even like watching like people playing music, I was like, I just wish that was me out there,
Yeah, definitely.
But like there's a lot of solo gigs that are happening around here, but it's very, very tight when it comes to being able to get a gig. And it's either, if you're a full-time musician, you're probably getting the gigs before people that are, kind of doing it either part-time or just, off the limb, just getting things done. But I'm hoping within the next couple months after this, I've just been putting out my information here and there and just trying to get as many gigs as I can with the situations we are in, but also I'm trying to be as safe as possible to protect my son, because he is only about 2 months old. So they don't have too much research when it comes to what this is doing with kids. But we know that I feel if the research is not there, it's just because there's not been that many people exposed to it. So obviously, if you're saying kids may not be exposed to it as much, well, or they may not get it as much. Well, they may not have been exposed to it too much. So until they kind of get that data, we won't know too much. So we'll probably get some more data out of it in the next couple of months. Yeah. But hopefully we can start seeing a decline of this more than a increase in what we've been seeing.
For sure.
I'll take that strat off you, Anthony. Corey says, I'll take that strat off you, Anthony. Maybe Phil's black SG. Corey, you'll have to come and get it. But I'm actually playing my trusty Godin A6 Ultra tonight. So shout out to Godin if they ever watch this little thing here. Phil, what guitar or acoustic guitar are you using tonight?
This is a Breedlove. I'm really bad with gear. I'm like 99% sure the model is called a Stage Atlas. But I could be totally wrong also. But it's definitely a Breedlove.
Yeah, I'm usually pretty horrible when it comes to models too. I guess I've just been really in love with this guitar that name just kind of just sits with me all the time, and every time I'm saying like, oh, it's a A6 Ultra, A6 Ultra. So Matt has another question for you. Thank you for all the questions tonight, Matt. Really appreciate that. Are you willing to travel out of the state if the money is right? Phil, if you want to answer this, we can kind of both answer this if you want.
Yeah, I mean, not right now necessarily because everything's crazy, but yeah, actually, my last gig was a wedding in San Diego, and before all of this stuff went crazy, and so that was really my girlfriend and I. We were able to go out there and spend a day at the San Diego Zoo and the
very nice
Museum of Natural History, and just kind of went around and went sightseeing and stuff before and after the wedding, which just made it a whole weekend.
That's awesome.
And, and it was really great that we were able to do that before this. But eventually I'll be gigging again and going out again for sure.
Yeah, gigs will eventually come back, ladies and gentlemen. It's just gonna take a little bit of time, and we're just as anxious about getting out there just as much as you're anxious about seeing us live. But it is going to take some time, but we're definitely excited to hopefully one day, hopefully sooner than later, getting out there.
Yeah.
Ashley says hi. How are you, Ashley? Thank you for being here.
Hey, Ashley.
So, yeah, I think we could probably get about another song out of both of us. It's about 8:25. Usually, we're getting into our last songs each here. So, Phil, why don't you give us the? You can either make it an original or a cover, whichever you want. So let's try to get some little more music for everybody watching. So, what are you gonna play for us?
Let's do a cover. We'll do. I love me some Stevie Wonder, so let's do some Stevie.
There you go.
Yeah. Here. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious? Less than 1 minute. Oh, I never thought the love we'd be making one as lovely as she. Isn't she lovely? Made from love. Isn't she pretty? Truly the angel's best. Boy, I'm so happy, 'cause we have been heaven blessed. I can't believe what God has done. To us he's given life to one. Isn't she lovely, made from love? Isn't she lovely? Life and love are the same. Life is Aisha, the meaning of her name. Lonely, it could not have been done. Without you, who can see the one? Isn't she lovely, made from love?
Great job, my friend.
Oh, thank you.
I love a little Stevie. I usually play Superstition at my gigs. Nice. I love. I usually try to do it a little bit of Stevie Ray Vaughan vibe to it too. Yeah, I love how Stevie Ray Vaughan did that, and I was brought up being a Jimmy fan. Mm-hmm. I was late to be on the Stevie Ray Vaughan train. Yeah, I was very brought up with Jimi Hendrix and the Beatles. Yeah. Like, I would be driving with my dad, and, as a kid, you may not know the actual person's name at first. So I never knew the guy was called Jimmy. My dad would always play the song Power of Soul. Mm-hmm. And so that kept registering in my mind. So I would always tell my dad, play the Power Man. Nice. So I would always reference Jimmy as being the Power Man. Yeah,
that's not wrong. You're not wrong. He was pretty powerful.
Oh yeah, and it's still a great name. I should have made a band called Power Man. Right. That'd have been awesome. Just do a tribute band to Jimmy and call it Power Man. Right. I gotta copyright that before somebody takes it. Right. Cheers again to everybody out there.
Cheers, y'all.
Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. We're gonna get to, probably one or two more. We always try to, get a little bit of songs here and there. So Michelle says, very, yay, beautiful.
Oh, thank you all.
And we have another Michelle, Sweet Phil. So everybody's digging Phil tonight.
Thanks, y'all. It's good to see y'all.
Yeah, Corey, Powerman 5000 is a band. And they were a really good band. And I think I had that record. They're like, "Oh, you ready to go?" And I'm ready to go. I think I had that record. Yeah, totally not trolling at all. No, it's a perfect comment, Corey. That was awesome. So, what else can we? If you guys have any questions, again, feel free before we kind of get this wrapped up in the next couple of minutes. So, again, want to thank Phil for being here, and thank you all for being here with Table Talk tonight. I am here every other Thursday with you all with a new special guest every other Thursday, starting at 7:30. And if you guys would love to, make sure you're following me on Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, Twitch, and Instagram, all at the handle of Spoken Life Music. And you guys can also join my mailing list right on my spokenlifemusic.com website. I usually give out updates on my gigs. I usually post out when Table Talk is going to be happening next. Usually try to give a little bit of extra content to my mailing list subscribers. So you guys usually get a little bit of extra content that I don't usually get to get out on social media. So I would love it if you guys would give me a follow, or if anything, share this broadcast. Make sure you're using the hashtag Table Talk. And I'll put this out there one more time. Again, it's not encouraged. It's always appreciated. If you guys love the music tonight, make sure if you want to leave us a little tip here and there. I have the PayPal link there, paypal.me/spokenlife, or you can hit me up on Venmo at Spoken Life Music. So any tips are greatly appreciated, and thank you to whoever has left a tip already or leaves it after the show goes off air. So we greatly appreciate that. So I think we have a couple more. Corey, I think this was a question. Have you heard this Wildlife's cover of Deathbed by Palf? I think I have. I think I maybe caught a glimpse or a little clip of it, but I haven't heard the whole thing, Corey. I got to definitely check that out. I love me some This Wildlife. Matt says he's going to open a bar in Austin called COVID Bar. I'm pretty sure there's thousands of people that are having that idea too, man. So get on that, because we need somewhere to play.
Well, if you're looking for a musician to play there, Matt.
Actually, only people with antibodies can come in. You should make that. Yeah, that should be a drink. Antibody.
Right.
All right. So let me think about one. Oh, well, I was talking about my most recent single. So I don't have my looper pedal tonight. So I'm gonna make this a strict acoustic version of this.
Nice.
So I'm going to do my most recent song that I put out back in the beginning of the year in January. This song is called Tonight, and you guys can, again, check this out on my website. Check it out on Spotify, iTunes. Make sure to, give me a follow on Spotify if you guys listen to your music there. Apple Music, iTunes. And if you have heard it, thank you, and feel free to share with a friend. So, hope you guys dig this one. Waiting here for you tonight. It's perfect time for you and I. Is this a dream or is it reality? I always want to be in the here and now. I can't deny, I just want to be with you tonight. The two of us right here, yeah, it's alright. The thought of you just keeps me up at night. So let's hit the town, take a ride. You are the one for me, I can see. This is all I need, just you and me. And is this a dream or is it reality? And I always wanna be in the here and now. And I can't deny that I just wanna be with you tonight. The two of us right here, yeah, it's alright. Thought of you just keeps me up at night. So let's hit the town, hit the ride. I just wanna be with you tonight. The two of us right here, yeah, it's alright. Thought of you just keeps me up at night. So let's hit the town, take a ride. And I don't wanna sleep at night. I never wanna sleep at night alone. And I don't wanna sleep at night tonight. And I don't wanna be alone tonight. I just wanna be with you tonight. The two of us right here, yeah, it's alright. Thought of you just keeps me up at night. So let's hit the town, take a ride. I just wanna be with you tonight. The two of us right here, yeah, it's alright. Thought of you just keeps me up at night. So let's hit the town, take a ride.
Nice.
Thank you. There's a little acoustic version of that song. The recorded version has a little bit more of a fuller band version. So if you guys want to hear a little bit more fuller band sound with that, you guys can check that out on my website.
That's cool. I like those jazzy sounding chords. Those are fun.
Yes, and that's like the first kind of like jazzy type of, progression that I came up with. And I remembered after I wrote that in my, iPhone, I made a post on Facebook saying like, I think I wrote my first like jazz tune, like, and then saying like coming soon. 2 years, 3 years later, it actually happened. Right. Checking Pam and Cheryl. Thank you for the super hearts. Really appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thank you all for the super hearts for, both me and Phil tonight. Really appreciate it. And I want to thank Phil again. So I think we're going to wrap some things up here.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, Phil. Is there anything you want to plug at the time? I know, again, I know times are kind of hard. We don't really have gigs to really promote, but do you have any, new music you're working on or something, behind the scenes that you want people to know, or something that's coming out you want to, plug?
I don't have like a project necessarily that I'm working on. I've been working on doing some looping stuff. I used to loop at my live gigs and stuff, so I've been kind of working on some of that stuff, writing some stuff. But yeah, just come hang out on Periscope. I'm on it all the time. It's always a blast, and the chat's always awesome. It's a great community we have over there. So yeah, just come hang out with us.
Absolutely. Yeah, make sure you guys are following Phil. If you haven't already, make sure you're following him on Periscope at where's that little thing that I had? It's just right there. There you go. Follow Phil Luna on Periscope at Phil Luna.
I don't think you want to come party at my house, Matt. My cat is really mean. So,
and make sure you go visit his official web. That's my website. Make sure you follow. You guys can also go to that website, but make sure also you go to Phil's website at phillunamusic.com. You have his social medias, and you can check out his music right from there as well. And again, thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. Thank you for all the questions tonight. And thank you for everybody who was involved in, I think I have a caption going on here. Where's the thing here? Okay, here we go. Still trying to get so many things going around, trying to get all these things going. But again, thank you guys for being here. This has been Table Talk with your host, Anthony Irvin, aka Spoken Life. And thank you again to my special guest tonight, Phil Luna. Again, make sure you guys are checking him out and giving him a like and a follow. And again, make sure you guys are sharing this out. And make sure you're using that hashtag Table Talk. And we will be back in 2 weeks with another special guest. Make sure you guys are following me to check out who will be my next special guest here on Table Talk. So thank you guys again. And I will see you on the next Table Talk. Have a great night, guys.